And welcome everybody to your 2020 action plan. Oops, I messed up, didn't I? I did. Hold on.
You didn't mess up. It's just technical stuff.
And you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm
Oh,
back.
I know it.
All right. So, welcome to Creating Your Inspired Action Plan for 2020. I am Nancy Matthews. For those of you who don't know myself or my two sisters, Women's Prosperity, Trish Carr and Susan Winter, we created Women's Prosperity Network in 2008 as a way to support impact-driven women to get out there, get their messages out, make the money they deserve, make the impact, and all of us coming together to make a difference in the world. We have robust corporate background experience. I've been an entrepreneur myself, full-time since 2002. Prior to that, I was a part-time entrepreneur. I was a single mom raising my kids and doing whatever was needed to raise us all to the next level. And that's what our passion and our mission is about, is providing the tools and resources so that we can all rise to the next level, especially as we wrap up 2019, crushing it in 2019 and heading into 2020 with excitement, enthusiasm, and expectancy for an amazing, extraordinary year to come. So here's what we're going to be doing today. So there are 4 areas that we're going to cover. First of all, we're going to look at creating your plan and your vision for 2020. We're going to take that, and once you've created your plan, outlining what you desire, I'm going to share with you what I refer to as Funnelogy. And this is about turning the traditional funnel of products and services that you offer to the people you serve, kind of turning it on its side to bring you better results. The other piece we're going to talk about is time mastery, so that you can create harmony for your business and your life. Because the last thing any of us need is more things added to our to-do list that cause us to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and then dealing with challenges and obstacles, maybe thought patterns. And that's the 4th piece we're going to cover today, is how we can be consistently busting through challenges, obstacles, and limiting thought patterns. These 4 foundational pieces will set you up for success in not only creating your plan for 2020, but executing your plan for 2020. So a couple of suggestions to really get the most from this training. And that is starting with being fully present. I know for myself, sometimes when I go to webinars, I got lots of other stuff going on. I want to ask you a question. How important is this next year to you? How important is it for you to feel good about your business, to be making the money you deserve to be making, and be making the impact you want? So in respect and honor of you and the impact that you're about to have today, tomorrow, and into 2020, I invite you to be fully present. Go ahead and shut off your email. Close that window. You don't need IMs and messages coming into you right now, responding to email. You need to be here for you and for your vision. Go ahead and put your phone on silent. Don't have social media turned on, and close your door if there's other people around your house. Because the thing that I know is that success occurs when your dreams are bigger than your excuses and your reasons. So I want you all to be able to say, this webinar set me on track for amazing momentum for 2020. That I've got the momentum, the focus, and the clarity to move forward, and I feel great about it. So give yourself that gift right now. Because the key to success is to stay in action. You may notice we started off today about talking about our successes, because success leads to confidence, and then confidence leads to taking action, which then leads to taking the next step. And that this is an ongoing pattern of action leading to success, leading to confidence, and continuing to move in that direction on an ongoing basis. And a couple of things that we've noticed in working with business owners for close to 12 years now is the things that show up that can get in the way. So let's address some of those so that we can clear the slate for a powerful creation of what you want in your life. So what gets in the way? Information overload and overwhelm. So give me a yes, yes, yes in the chat box if that's something that's gotten in your way of achieving consistent results. How about this? Distraction, squirrel. You know, the next thing that shows up, and what I find that's interesting is the distractions. The reason we allow distractions to get in the way is because we're actually looking for an easier way, a better way, something that's going to take us to the next level. But what happens is when you get that next webinar you're going to show up on or that event you're going to go to, if it's not really in alignment with where your plan is heading, you can easily get distracted. So being able to discern which are the distractions and new opportunities you want to take advantage of is key to long-term success. So what else gets in the way? This is a good one. Spending too much time on getting it right. It's got to be perfect before I put it out there. I got to get it right. What we have found is when you can shift your focus, and let me say, I believe in excellence, all right? I believe in excellence, not perfection. So when you can shift that piece from needing to get it right and perfect to focusing on the right things in the right order, that's going to bring you ongoing success. The other thing is there's some uncertainty that gets in the way. How much should my pricing be? What's the best marketing strategy? These are all the things that can cause challenges in having that ongoing success and the impact that you want. And then another piece of the puzzle that we see often is messy messaging. Messy messaging will lead to a lack of results because people won't understand the value proposition, the benefit that you bring to them. And lack of results then leads to lack of confidence, which then leads to lack of money. So getting your messaging clear and on point, really focused on how you serve and solve problems for people, is key to that ongoing pattern of success. And then the other thing I've seen, my friends, is frustration. Because we plan, and you've heard it before, we plan and God laughs. Well, I want to show you today how your inspired action plan is about partnering with God, universe, source, whatever that is. It's a partnership with each other, with the universe, with everything that's around. So yes, we're going to plan and we're going to be malleable and open and receptive to the surprises and delightful ways that the universe will support us fulfilling our mission and our why. And I'm going to share that deeper in just a few minutes. And Women's Prosperity Network is really committed, and I said this at the top of the session, we are really committed to changing the world for the better. That's what we're about. We're a positive, massive force for positive change in the world through our projects, our programs, our products. It doesn't matter what you bring in terms of your business. I know that every single person who's part of this community has an essence of goodness in them and a goodness that they want to add to the world. So I thank you for being who you are and showing up in our community. And we consider this a privilege as well as a responsibility. And with that, we take everything that we've learned and continue to learn and bring it to you in a proven formula. And this class today is part of our proven formula for ongoing success. And we call it Illumination, where passion meets prosperity. The components of success that I have studied from the masters, most successful, not only successful, but joyous people. Like, I want to be happy, successful, wealthy, well-adjusted millionaire. How about you? Who here wants to be a happy, successful, well-adjusted millionaire? Go ahead and put that in the chat. I see hands going up. Yes. We want to have that. So we have studied the success ingredients of those happy, wealthy, well-adjusted people, millionaires, and these are the ingredients for success. specialized knowledge, always growing, learning in your area of expertise and personally and professionally, getting coaching and mentoring and being a part of mastermind groups. So today's training is a piece of a larger system, a larger opportunity for you to step into to advance your life and have amazing results within this community that's changing the world together. Like, quite frankly, we need you to show up and play a bigger game. So you may think that today, at the end of this event, this webinar, I'm going to invite you to continue working with us. And if you think that, guess what? You're right. And because I don't want to have you sitting here saying, oh, I can't wait, all they're going to do is sell me at the end. I'm not going to sell you anything. I am going to invite you to step and continue to play, not only with us, myself and Trish and Susan, but with the other members of this community at a higher level, to give yourself the gift of ongoing momentum and impact. So I'm going to pull the curtain back early on in today's training so that we can get this out of your head. Oh, what are they going to sell us? I'm inviting you to become a part of what we refer to as illumination momentum. So let me show you where you can look at that. Jot down this website. Trish, if you could go ahead and put that link in the chat. And go to womensprosperitynetwork.com/impact. This is our brand new Illumination Momentum program that is only $199 to get started. That gives you, when you see what's included, it's absolutely amazing. So let's remove concern. Nancy's going to sell us. I'm not going to sell you, but I'm going to invite you to play at the next level. Because do you really think I can give you everything in an hour-long presentation? No, we can't. So business development, personal development is an ongoing process. So taking the question out of the game, the link is in the chat. Go ahead to womensprosperitynetwork.com/impact. You'll get a sneak peek on what we've just launched and how we can continue to work together beyond today. So now let's get to work. We got all that good stuff out of the way. Question in the chat, it says, are we supposed to be able to type on the PDFs? If you have a program on your computer that allows you to do that, then you would be able to. If not, you would need to print them and write on them. So we'll do our best to keep answering the questions in the chat. So let's get started with creating your plan. Creating your plan first has to begin with knowing what it is that you really want. And if you go to page 2 on the worksheet, what you'll see there is a chart that allows you to start to consider what are the things that you really want to create in 2020. So not right now, later, or perhaps some of you have already done this, we want you to consider all the areas of your life: legacy, personal goals, financial, relationships, career, health and fitness, fun time and playtime, and other things that you may want to bring into your life. So the importance of looking at all of these areas is because we know you have one life, and we want you to create a harmonious life where your business is thriving, your relationships are thriving, where you're leaving the legacy, having the impact that you want, where you're maybe taking on new things that you're learning. I recently picked up learning the ukulele. Us living fully expressed allows us to be the highest version of ourselves in all areas. And I'll tell you, my friends, because I so much love what it is that I do for my work and my business, like, this is an honor and a privilege that I don't take lightly, that we get to work with change makers, world change agents who are out there bringing positive impact. Like, this is a big responsibility. And I love it so much, I could do it all the time. So I have to force myself to schedule in playtime, fun time, and things like that. So What you want to be able to do is take this sheet, page 2 of the worksheet, and go ahead and fill out all the different things that you want to bring into your life in 2020. And for the purposes of today's conversation, we're going to focus on one area and break it down step by step. The system that you're learning on how to chunk things down and break it down applies to whatever goal you want to achieve. So here's the question. Go ahead and turn to page 3 and list there how much money you want to earn in 2020 so that you can live your best life this year. Because we need to have a starting place. We need to know what it is that we want. Jack Canfield says, vague goals lead to vague results. And if you say, oh, I just want to save the world, or I just want to have, some new clients, or I just want to, maybe put some programs online. We need to be specific. Now, let me share something with you about this with visioning. Somebody just asked me this yesterday, is you want to create a goal and a plan to achieve that goal. And this goes back to we plan and God laughs. The key is to create a goal that feels good to you. Like when we think about the things we want to bring into our lives and the goals we're actually setting those goals because of the feeling it will bring us on the other side. So when we can create a goal and connect with the feeling related to it, like, look at this girl, she feels amazing because she's got the money she wants, she's having the impact that she wants. The feeling is what we want to connect and attach to, not necessarily the plan. Because, for example, one of our clients set her financial goal and she thought the revenue was going to come from one area. So we worked on a plan in that particular area. And then, surprise, out of the blue, business came in that brought her, I think, $4,000. So the way you partner with the universe and achieving your goals and have an inspired, feeling good action plan is by saying, here's what it is that I want, and the feeling, be connected to the feeling that it brings, and make a plan and be open and receptive to the opportunities. Beautiful. All right, so create your financial goal, and then step 2 in this process is to determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. And this is from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, the legendary proven principles for success in an easy, productive, and impactful way. So then we need to take a look at what are the services and products that you will give in return. So again, go ahead and go to page 3 in your workbook. This is something you may have filled out ahead of time. You may not have filled it out today. I'm going to show you some examples. And then for those of you who do go ahead and jump in with our momentum on Monday, December 23rd, we're going to dive in deep to this planning process, to chunking down these numbers, getting clear on your programs, pricing, services, and all of that. What I'm giving you today is the formula and structure that you can use ongoing. I highly recommend you jump into momentum and take it to the next level. So you'll fill out on this sheet what your services, products, and pricing are, which is all about how you serve people and how they pay you. When you can have clarity on your pricing, on your numbers, all on those other pieces of the puzzle, it makes it easy when you're in a conversation with somebody and it's clear that they have a need or desire that you can add value to, enhance, and help them get. And they say, well, what's it like to work with you? When you have this down pat, you can simply say, well, based upon what you've shared with me so far, I have a wide variety of programs and pricing, but I think that this XYZ program would really serve you well. Let me tell you what that is. But it starts with you having the clarity on how you serve them and the money that you get paid in return. So for example, let me share with you about Stacy Murphy, who recently joined the Illumination Momentum. And she says it's celebration time. And this was actually a coaching session I did with her last year in December before she was getting ready to take time off. And she said, "Thank you, Nancy, for your guidance and coaching. The passive income plan we worked out has produced some nice fruit. While on leave and not working my business, I made $2,000 from a handful of clients." Now get that. When you know your programs and your pricing and you can set this up, she made $2,000 from a handful of clients while not working on my business. How many of you want to be able to do that? We should all be able to do that in today's day and age. That is the key. So she goes on to say, "I gave a 60-minute session as the bonus, and my first customer just invested $1,000 in my home study." This is just the beginning. And there's more. What I learned from Trish Carr, the amazing Trish Carr, she used Trish's method last week and in 8 minutes was able to generate back of the room sales. Woohoo! So the key is that when you know your products, your pricing, your programs, you then are able to serve people and meet them where they're at. And now I'm going to bring us into a conversation about funnels. So funnels is all about you having a variety of offerings to meet people where they are. So this is the traditional look of a funnel. I'm going to take you through that, and then I'm going to turn it on its side, and you're going to love when I do that. So the traditional funnel, and even my sideways funnel, is all about having a way to communicate and let people know who you are and what your area of expertise is and how you serve, all the way from people who don't know you to create exposure. They then get exposed to you and become a prospect. They haven't bought anything yet. Then when they buy something, they're adopting what you're offering and they become customers. And then those customers, you retain them and they become advocates and referral partners for you. So this is what happens in the world. We want people to know about our products and services and be able to serve them. And depending upon the level of relationship you have with them, they're going to be at different stages of readiness to invest with you and different stages of readiness in their own journey to make the transformation and get the result that they're seeking. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. So let me show you what it looks like from a pricing structure. In the early phase, for people who don't know you, or you're getting exposure to, you want to create products and pricing, products and offerings at a free to a low price. It's a little bit of investment of money and a little bit of investment of time so they can get a taste of who you are. Then as they get to know you better, then they'll probably be willing to invest more with you so you can do offerings that are priced medium to high. And I'm going to give you some examples of this. And then the people who love you become your high-end and repeat customers. Let me show you what this looks like. The funnelology that I'm going to share with you today is about putting your focus first on those people who love you, high-end and repeat customers. And I refer to that as the optimal solution. And I'll take you there in just a minute. So, what's your funnel look like? I'm going to give you an example to go by with Women's Prosperity Network's funnel of different products and offerings so you can see different ways that you can also do this. So here's what we've got in our funnel. At the free to low price, we have Wow Wednesday every Wednesday morning. It's absolutely free for you to dial in. We've got several landing pages or opt-in pages built on our website where you can get a free goal sheet, you can get a free presentation profitizer. Once a month, we do an online Zoom mastermind, and all of those things are free. And then for people who want to just get started with Women's Prosperity Network, we have a monthly membership for $34. So those are all the free to low price offerings. Then as people start to get to know us, we have medium to high ways that they can work with us. So we do various workshops like Level Up and speaker training. We've got a new half-day sales workshop that we're doing. Our gold annual membership is $350. If you love us and you want a little bit more and you're looking for value, we've got lifetime and platinum. And then we have group training sessions, which range from $4.99 to $1.99. Actually, I need to update this because our group momentum program is only $1.99 a month. So there's lots of different ways. So, and again, I'm giving you this so that when you go back to fill out page 3, you have some ideas about the products and pricing that you might want to put in place at these different levels. And then at the highest level, we have higher levels of coaching and membership programs, our Illumination Core, our Illumination Elite. And then notice what I added here for you, because I want you to consider this. We offer a 10% discount to our returning clients because that's who we want to value the most. Your returning clients. What can you do special for somebody who continues to work with you and invest with you? So think about that in terms of providing value, because you probably heard the 80-20 rule, that 80% of our income comes from 20% of our customers. So we want to love on those 20% of our customers in really, really big ways. So that's where the optimal solution lies. And that's where, when we turn the funnel on its side, where you're going to get better results. So I'm so excited to share this part with you. So here's what the traditional funnel typically looks like. So some of you may be seeing this for the first time, so you now understand the purpose of a funnel and having different ways to serve people at their different levels of readiness. I have seen people frustrated by this, because they would start by thinking about, well, what could I give away for free? What could I give away at the low, what could I put together at the low level? What could I do at the mid level? And the challenge with that in earning really, really great revenue is, if you're spending the focus of your attention and time thinking about the free and the low level things, you're not going to be making the money that you deserve to be making. But when you shift things around and you want to get to that next level, the next level of results requires the next level of thinking. And this is where we turn the funnel on its side and have you focus and thinking in such a way that you're making more money, serving more people in a better way, faster, and with grace and ease. So here is Funnelogy. With Funnelogy, I want you to first think about what is the optimal solution for your client. So again, let's say you met somebody at a networking event and you had been focusing on the free, low cost, those smaller little stacks that I have there. If you had been, spending your time and agonizing, well, what can I put for a free opt-in? I don't know what it is. What can I do at a low price? And we do need to think about these, but wait till I show you how this works. If you're spending all your time focusing on those low priced products, programs, and services, and you're at a networking event, or you're doing a complimentary consultation with someone, or you're speaking at an event, whatever that is, if you are with somebody who is your ideal client, who is sitting in a situation or a problem, and you have the solution for them, are they going to be best served by getting your $97 thing? No. You want to start by thinking, what is the optimal solution for this person? So I was working with one of our clients, and she's a hypnotist. And she's like, well, I could do one session for $150. And then I could do 2 sessions for $300. And I said, well, let's start with, what if I was sitting here and I have a host of problems? So my relationships are terrible. I'm not owning any of this, by the way. This is simply an example. Thank you, universe. It's not me. Okay. So let's go ahead. And so this person is an addict, is overweight, is unhappy, doesn't like their job. They're absolutely miserable. Is one session going to solve their problem? Absolutely not. So if you're sitting with somebody who is in a space of readiness to make change, they need what you have to offer. I mean, let's face it, friends, you're going to change their lives with your products, programs, and services. So I said to this client, if that was me sitting across from you, what would be the optimal solution? She goes, oh, I'd probably need to work with you for 6 months. Okay, so 6 months. How often would the sessions be? Probably, start off doing it every week, and then as things started to improve, we could go to every other week, and then we could go to once a month. That is her optimal solution program. So let me show you how, when you start with the end in mind, the optimal solution for how you serve people, it allows you to fill in all those other levels in an easy and natural way. So watch this. So this is an example from another client, which is Sue Tobacco Krichik, or Sue TK, which is much easier for me to say. Her website is called Your Fascination Factor. And initially she was looking at, well, what can my opt-in be? I was like, let's turn this thing upside down. What's the optimal solution? So she does a fascination assessment. She works with people on their messaging and their confidence to really get out there and have that strong connection with the people they want to serve. So I said, what's the optimal solution? And she said, well, probably I would need to work with you over 3 months. We'd have 8 one-on-one sessions, and you'd get 10 online modules to support you. And that would be $14.97. So here's how it works. With the Funnelogy, you take the optimal solution and take pieces of it and put it into a lower price program. So in Sue's case, it's still a 3-month program, but you only get 2 one-on-ones, and you get the 10 modules for $4.97. Then you go down, step it down again, and you only get 1 session and 5 modules for $2.97. Step it down again, you just get the 5 modules, no one-on-one and no assessment and no Facebook group. And then the free is a mini course that she created. So in the chat box, please let me know if you're seeing, like, oh, the light bulb's going off, that this is an easier, better way to serve people. So give me some comments in the chat. Let me know that you're here and you're getting this. Because when you turn it on its side, it allows you to serve more people and get paid more money. And this is really about being able to say, not only am I open to receive, I am prepared to receive. Prepared to receive. That is the key. And when you're prepared to receive, you're going to feel more confident picking up the telephone and having conversations with people, because you know exactly how you can serve them at every stage of their readiness, whether it has to do with their time commitment, their willingness to change, or even their budget. Because when you have this in all these different phases, if you're on a call with somebody or having a first session with somebody, and you really think they need the optimal solution, and they go, oh wow, I would love to work with you, but it's out of my price range. Okay, great. Where do you see you're at? Well, let me tell you about, my 3-month program that's $4.97. And this way you can downsell them and serve them all along the way. Awesome. Thank you, Yvonne, for letting me know. Denny is here. Regina's here. This is good. Yeah, this is so much more doable. And let me tell you, you're going to make more money because you are now passing up. If all you've done is focus on the lower price things and not the optimal solution first, you're passing up opportunities to serve people at the highest levels, and they want you to. So keep it, again, I think this is going to be on page 4 in the worksheet. All right, let me go on to these next pieces, because you are prepared to receive. And when I worked with Marcella, who's an style and image consultant, once we got this really clear on the optimal solution and all the ways to serve according to their time and their budgets, she started picking up the phone, and because she felt more confident, she felt more comfortable, she knew what was going on, and she made a game of it. And that very first phone call she made got her $2,800. The clarity gets you to the result that you want, which is serving more people and making more money. So let's take this a little bit deeper. So I want you to go back to that financial goal that you created. And I'm going to show you how this progression of knowing your product's pricing and programs allows you to know exactly what you need to do on a monthly, weekly, and daily basis. So let me show you what this could look like. So let's imagine you have a financial goal of $120,000 for the year. Once we look at breaking that down, and let me mention, depending upon where you're at, so if you made 50,000 last year and you want to do 120,000 this year, in the very first month, it may be a challenge to go jump right to 10,000 if you're only doing, 3,000 a month. When we work together in Momentum, I show you how to step this up to build momentum and gradually increase so that you can hit your goal. But for illustration purposes, let's use simple math. And you would divide 120 by 12, which gives you want to create 10,000 a month, 2,300 a week, or 461. Here's what this does. Watch this. On a monthly basis, all you need to do is serve two people with your optimal package. Let's say it was a 2,500. Two people with your optimal package, two people at a 997 package, four people at 497, and 10 at the 97. So that is a total of 18 people that you're serving on a monthly basis. That's it. Now, to serve those 18 people, you're probably going to have 50 conversations. Those 50 conversations breaks down to less than 10 to 15 conversations a week with people that you want to serve. So let me ask you this. Could you have 15 conversations a week? I mean, we teach you how to speak to groups, but if you can have 15 impactful conversations with people every week, that's 60 people you're talking to, and it lets you get a minimum of 10,000 when you follow the system. So let's see what that looks like on a weekly basis. What is the revenue, the products, programs, and services? On a weekly basis, 2,300 a week, and this is 2,497. Two people at your 997, one person at your 497. And then on a weekly basis, what you really want to focus on in that instance is bringing more people into the lower level products and programs, because once they know you, like you, and trust you, they will eventually work their way up. So for example, Stacy that I mentioned earlier, Stacy became an annual member, became a lifetime member, got a coaching session with that, and the relationship keeps building. Trish did a post on this the other day. You shouldn't be always closing. You want to be always opening. So open those relationships on a weekly basis. Those are the people that'll end up moving into your higher levels. Stephanie Duane followed our system when she came to Level Up and implemented these plans and these numbers, the math and the fun and the inspired action and partnering with the universe. And she hit her goal in record time. She set a goal to earn $10,000 per month at Level Up and thought it would have taken her till the end of the year. Thanks to the support and systems for WPN, I hit my goal in just 5 months instead of 12. So you get your numbers, you work them out, and then here's the other secret sauce that I'm sharing with you that not a lot of people do. So you ready? Once you know what your revenue goals are, and this will tie into some months are going to be higher revenue. You might have one month that's a 15,000 and another that's a 7. And that has to do with how you set up your schedule for marketing, sales and marketing initiatives. So what you want to do after you get your numbers clear on how much it is every month, and this is where we play a little and we're going to work together deeper when you join Momentum, is planning out what's going on during the year. So for example, let me show you, again, transparency, I'm pulling back the curtain on what it is that we do. So first of all, we have to mark off birthdays and vacations. So that goes in the calendar. You want to put any major events you've got going on that are going to take your time and attention. And we're transitioning into time management in case you couldn't tell. Anyway, so here are the events that we have going on with Women's Prosperity Network all throughout the year. Oops, let me go back, sorry. All throughout the year. So for example, in January, we're going to focus on marketing the iLive experience. Trish and I are both speaking at other people's events. That's going to bring new people into the community. And those events are probably going to enroll into our speaker training. So you want to take your schedule and go ahead and block off, and this is on page 5 in your worksheet. Go ahead and block off what are the things that are going on, and where can I create a boom factor to bring a flood of new leads into my business, a flood of new clients, and then we support you in working on that boom factor. Let's say you want to launch an online course. So for example, in March, we do have an online course that we're doing. We're going to do our marketing for that in January and February. And knowing the length of time, how to space out the marketing, that's something that we'll work on together with you when you're part of Momentum. So make those initiatives, big events, and then add in what boom factor. I typically suggest that you do something big to bring new clients in, like a new course or an enrollment, either twice a year or quarterly, because that gives you the time to focus on the marketing that happens behind the scenes. So we're talking about time, so let's go ahead and get into time mastery for harmony for your life and your business. One of the things that we hear the most, and you probably say often, is, but I don't have enough time to do all this. So on page 5 in your book, go ahead and fill this out, and I'm going to show you how you do have enough time. So there are 168 hours in a week. The average person is going to spend 35 of those hours sleeping, eating, showering, traveling, shopping, things of that nature. Next, you're going to spend 56 hours sleeping, assuming you get 8 hours a day. And for those of you who sleep less, you'll be able to go ahead and make even more enough time. So that's 7 hours, 7 days a week, 8 hours comes out to 56. And then most people spend 40 hours working. Well, if that's the totality of our lives, traveling, eating, showering on a standard weekly basis, that leaves us with 37 hours of enough time. So you can find the 8 hours because they're located in that enough time. The key is to focusing your time and attention on the right things. So this comes back to what I said at the beginning, is we want to focus on the right things, not necessarily just getting things right. So let's go ahead and take a look at what business success time mastery looks like. So on your chart, the second chart on that page, you're going to go ahead and fill in all these different areas. And I'm going to go to the next slide because you're going to see that a little bit better. So the first, for sales conversations, presentations, and follow-up, put 25% in the first column. Client fulfillment, you're going to put 25% in that one. Marketing, you're going to put 20% in that one. Content creation / administration, you're going to put 20% in that one. Planning, learning, mentoring and measuring, you're going to put 10% in that one, and that'll give you a total of 100%. Let me show you now how that breaks down to the hours that you're spending. So 10 hours on sales conversations, 4 for planning, learning, marketing, content creation. Go ahead and fill those in. 10 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 8 again, and 10. Now here's the deal. If you are, look at the bottom line on the sheet in front of you, and go ahead and consider that if you spend 10 hours a week at an hourly rate of $200 per hour, that's $2,000 per week, $96,000 per year. It puts you exactly on track for what you're wanting. So let's continue growing, exceeding your goals with this proven plan and the guidance. Now, I'm suspecting some of you are feeling total excitement. Some of you are feeling brain overload because it happens to all of us. And what we want to do here is support you in busting through the challenges that can come up. So on page 7 in your book, I don't want you to do this now. I want you to go ahead and take a look at this later on in some quiet time, or when you get with us in Momentum. Because in order to have lasting success, you want to fuel your goals and inspired actions by knowing the emotional and intangible factors that are related to achieving your goals. So page 7 in your worksheet is something for you to do later so that you can get to the heart, you can get to the why. Because here's what I know. Every single one of you here is here because you want to make a difference in the lives of others and have a better life for yourself. And most of you have a really good life. Some of you have this purpose and this passion and this calling. And the truth is, challenges, obstacles, and limiting thought patterns are going to continue to show up. Because when we want to make improvements in our life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. You've all heard this before, and the truth is nobody really likes change. And that's the truth is when you change your thinking, you change your results. Just like I want to change your thinking on funnels, I also want to change your thinking on what it means to invest in yourself, to go ahead and enroll with Momentum and see how this supports you in taking it to your next level. So change can be scary. And the challenge that we have, and the only problem with change, is that we know that when we change our thinking, we change our results, and we all want to do that, but we're actually wired to resist change. It's built into our DNA. Our subconscious mind wants us to hold on to things the way they are to keep us safe. So when change comes about, whether it's expanding to start doing more speaking, making those follow-up phone calls, doing presentations, sitting down and focusing and putting a plan together, getting on social media, whatever that is, it's all change. And when change happens, we go, what? No change. We've all felt that. The key is that as you're creating your vision for the future, we've got to be willing to change. And the key to successful change is being able to let go of the past, because we fear change because we're afraid something might go wrong. We're taking our lessons and our hurts from the past into the future. Just remember this, my friends, the past is not a compass for your future. Give yourself permission to chart a new course. And I know that each and every one of you is up to something big, and it can be scary. But you are special, you are extraordinary, and you are someone who has a unique message to share with the world, to contribute. So it's time to stop pretending that you're this average person. You've got big work to do, just like Debbie Montgomery Johnson. Some of you know her story. Some of you get that Debbie showed up at a speaker training 4 years ago to improve her business for benfotiamine and ended up sharing a story about an online romance scam. And she had to share the message because she's got big work to do. She is a national spokesperson for online romance scams. She has now been on Dr. Oz, the Mel Robbins Show, Tamron Hall. She's written a book. She's with nonprofit. She's got her own nonprofit, and it took courage for her to share that truth. So the next level of results requires the next level of thinking and your ongoing commitment to learning, growing, and taking consistent action. So today we've covered how you can consistently achieve your goals and have the impact you're meant to create, how to serve and receive, earning the money that you desire and deserve, and how to set your schedule up for success to leverage and master your time for success with ease, and then ongoing support so that you break through obstacles quickly and confidently. Here's the deal. You've got your passion with your products and services, and then you need all these pieces to fill in. We are here to give you the systems, the structure, and the support for all of that. This is what you get when you become part of Momentum. Copywriting, social media, speaking, marketing. Your head is spinning with information overload because there's no direction being provided. There's no questions being answered on an ongoing basis. And that's what we're here to do for you at a crazy, crazy, easy way for you to become involved with momentum to get the results you want. I found this amazing quote from Stacey Griffiths, who's an author and an entrepreneur, and she said, you really need to create a tribe, a bonfire effect in your life that gives you the momentum to keep going, because none of us can do this life thing alone. From Stacey Griffiths. So let me share with you Illumination Momentum. It is our brand new program that we designed to make it easy for people to get everything they need. So Illumination Momentum is every Monday. We have Momentum Mondays. The first Monday of the month from 12 to 2. Every Monday at 12 o'clock, we are getting together. So lock it in your calendar, because successful people have Monday as their dedicated day to work on their business. Some of you are listening in and saying, I know I'm going to want this. I encourage you to go to the link, womensprosperinetwork.com/impact, because I do have a bonus for the first 7 people who jump in and say, yes, I'm ready. It's $199 for you to jump in, and you'll get the first 7 are going to get this bonus. I've got other bonuses for everybody, obviously. So Momentum Mondays is your week-by-week group mentoring sessions. I personally teach it along with Trish, and we give you consistent training, answering your questions, laser coaching hot seats. This is the deal, my friends. You show up and you end up with one-on-one coaching from us on the session, along with the feedback from the group, and that is really powerful. As part of Momentum Mondays, every quarter, we're going to do strategic planning. So this Monday, December 23rd at 12 o'clock, we're doing your annual year-long plan. I'm going to guide everybody through how to break down those numbers and apply them for themselves and their business. And then once a quarter, we pause and take a look and build out for the next quarter. So at the end of March, we're going to start the second quarter plan. At the end of June, we're going to do the third quarter. So we get together on an ongoing basis in order to make sure that you're reviewing, revising, measuring your progress, and you know what to stop, start, or continue doing. You'll also get accountability partners showing up every week on the calls. We'll give you accountability, as well as we're going to check in with you and see if you'd like to be paired up with 1 or 2 other members of Illumination. You get a robust library of specialized knowledge, and Napoleon Hill, one of my favorites, again says, the way to success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. Here's what you've got here in the specialized knowledge: data entry, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, social media, funnel design, business foundations for corporate credit, entities, fortunes, and follow-up. We have been amassing a huge library of everything you need to run a successful business. And we've got it all for you, and we've got it mapped out in such a way for you to access it. And then we've got some bonuses. So the bonuses I'm sharing with you now are only good through Sunday at midnight, because we want you to enroll now and get these bonuses so we can onboard everybody at the same time and have you get in for the planning day that we're doing Monday at 12 o'clock. So here's the bonuses. When you enroll now, you get admission to, yes, the $199 per month is a flat fee. It's just $199 a month. I see Philomene is asking that question. And you can cancel at any time. So if you're smart, you'll pay $199, get in today, get on the planning session on Monday, access all the good stuff. So you get a year-round admission to speaker training. You get Level Up, you get the iLive experience, and you get our new sales training. The total of those events alone is $826. So as long as you're a member of Illumination, you come to our events for free. We also have, just for the members of Illumination, a 2-day think tank, an in-person high-level mastermind. The next one is January 16th and 17th here in Fort Lauderdale. You get admission to the brain trust of the mastermind. So let me give you a quick summary. Here's everything you get: Momentum Mondays, quarterly planning session, accountability, the training and resource library, a private Facebook group and online forum that I check on a daily basis to see what questions you have, and all of the bonuses. The total value of that is almost $9,000. Now, here's the thing. We want you to be successful. We want you to get out there and make a difference in the world. So we made this at a price that's easy for you to afford. So the question is, will you be our next success? We want you to be. Like Stacy getting $2,000 of passive income while she wasn't working. Like Debbie Montgomery getting on Dr. Oz and changing the world and helping women avoid romance online scams. Stephanie hitting her goal in record time. All of this can be yours when you say yes to yourself. So here's everything you get. As I mentioned earlier, this is only $199 per month. And the first 7 people who say yes today will get a one-on-one session with either myself or Trish to dial in on your plan, to bring it in and bring it all home. So I encourage you to take action right now, because I'm sure those 7 spots are going to go really, really fast. And go to womensprosperinetwork.com/impact and say yes. It's $199. It's per month, and you can cancel at any time as long as you're a member. You get access to all of the resources, all of the training. And consider this. If one client, if turning the funnel on its side teaches you to create your optimal solution, and the very next person you talk to says, yes, please, I want to work with you for 3 months or 6 months or whatever that is, and you make $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000, wouldn't it be worth it? I invite you to go ahead and say yes today and get yourself into momentum and make the impact you're here to make for 2020 and beyond. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. Who has questions? Is there a possible discount for a 12-month commitment? Yes, there is. So go ahead and pay the $199, and then my team will reach out to you. And you save, I think you save about $400. But go ahead and start today with the $199, and then someone from our team will call out, reach out to you, and we'll give you you'll save $400 with an annual commitment. We also have a little bit of a savings for a quarterly commitment. So start the $199. Our team will reach out to you to get you onboarded. And when they have that onboarding conversation, if you want to get a discount for the annual commitment, you'll save about $400. And that's always fun. We like to do that. So thank you for asking the question. What other questions that we have? So good. We got lots of people in here. Make sure that you remember that your business plan requires your time and attention on an ongoing basis. We were recently at the Level Up event, and Lisa Perez, who has been in our program for about 6 months now, she brought her daughter who's in business with her to the event, and we asked the question, what is one piece of advice, knowing what you know now, that you would have given to yourself a year ago? So this is a great question for all of you. Knowing what you know now and reflecting on this past year, what advice would you give to yourself a year ago? And what Jackie said was really awesome. And she said, I would have told myself that my plan, my inspired action plan that we created, is got to be by my side the whole entire time. It's not like you create it and set it aside. It's like you don't write your goal and set it aside. Keeping your goal and your action plan in front of you does 2 things. It, number 1, allows you to review, revise, and adjust so that you can be on track and achieve your goals. But it also, I want to come back to that piece I shared earlier about partnering with the universe. When you keep your goal and your intention in front of you, and you're consistently taking action moving towards that, it's kind of like the universe goes, wow, look at her, she's still on track. Let me throw her this beautiful surprise, because I want her to fulfill her mission. I want her to make the impact in the world. She's saying yes to the call and the tap on the shoulder to fulfill her purpose. So we're in partnership, because making the world a better place with your unique gifts and talents it's our responsibility to get out there and do it. It's like each of us has within us this purpose, this potential we're meant to fulfill. And I know that we're here to support you in making that impact. So when you keep your plan at the forefront, it allows us to partner with the universe and partner with each other. So join us in momentum. All right, so any other questions before we wrap up today? I'm gonna sit here for a moment. Trish did such a good job in the chat. Trish, hey, can I go ahead and can I bring you back on screen, my sister? I'm gonna do that now because I wanna thank you for managing. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for helping with the chat and answering all the questions. Charlene is going to talk with her husband and jump in. And if you have a business partner, we can talk about a way. I believe, Trish, what we're doing is, I think it's half price for the second person.
Well, let's make sure we know, because Dr. Bob and Charlene are.
Yeah, I'm going to find out.
Susan and I offline decided.
Oh, what is it going to be?
We decided that while this offer or this invitation is open until Sunday night, this coming Sunday night, it's 2 for 1 if you are partners in the same business.
Wow.
Both of you can be a part of Illumination Momentum for only $199 once per month, but only until Sunday. And you get all the bonuses, you all get to come to the event. So we did that up until Sunday. After Sunday, it's a bigger conversation.
Wow, wow, wow. You know, this was really fun for me because I'm usually the one that comes up with these surprise things. So thank you for surprising me. I love it. Merry Christmas.
It's Susan's birthday present to everyone because her birthday is Sunday.
Yeah. Awesome. That is great. Jacqueline asks, what if I'm in transition from a job? So I'm currently working for myself. That's perfect for you. So go ahead, Trish, you want to answer that?
I actually just lost my screen, but
okay,
yes.
I'll answer it. So Jacqueline, if you're in transition from a job, working for yourself part-time, this is perfect for you. So for example, with the hours piece that I did, where I showed how to spend the 40 hours to build a successful business, I gave you the hours and the percentages, because if you only have like a 20-hour work week or a 10-hour work week, we just apply the same percentages.
Awesome. And really, I go back to someone who's on the call, Michael and Denise Haney. Denise worked for the government of Florida, state of Florida, for the last 3 years. And she's been doing part-time the other thing that she wanted to do. And when she came into the program, that's what she needed the help with most. How do I function? How do I make sure I get everything done and still do my full-time job? And I'm happy to say that we created a plan in the last year, which allowed Denise to finish, retire, be done with the state of Florida. And now she is doing her full-time business that she loves. And she just bought a second home in Blairsville, Georgia.
Very cool.
So now is the perfect time, Simone, for you to jump in and say, yes, this is my time.
Yeah, beautiful. And Simone's question is transitioning from a stay-at-home mom, trying to figure out life after divorce. So here's how this will help you do that. Number one, and I don't know, so put in the chat, Simone, do you know what kind of business you want to create? Because if you know, this is perfectly on track. Okay, good, you do. Yes. So what this is going to do is give you the structure, the coaching, and the support to build that business. And one of the things that we are really committed to is that you create a life by design. And I got to tell you, I am well aware of the demands on a mom and driving kids back and forth to school. So I don't know if you're up to that, because I got to play grandma this week, and it took me all the way back to being a single mom myself and working and having a side job and then transitioning to owning my own business. So we are really committed to you creating a business that's in alignment with your life. with how you want to live and spend time with your family, and then contribute to the world and make money. So we'll guide you in each one of those things. And when you get on the group session, so every Monday at 12 with Momentum Mondays, you get coaching and advice. You ask the question and you get it. And your question invariably helps someone else.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it. Even though it's done in a group, you still get one-on-one attention because you ask the question and we ask you what's going on in your business. Here's the specific answer. So it's a fabulous way to do it because not only do you get the coaching from your mentors who are where you want to be or beyond, you also get ideas from the group itself. And oh my gosh, you all are so smart. So
I got to tell you,
wonderful collaboration.
One of my favorite things that happened, I mean, there've been so many, but recently, about a month ago, we were doing a Momentum Monday, and Madeline came to the session, and she's like, I have a question, but I don't think that, this is the right place. I was like, well, what's your question? Let's try it out. And she goes, I've been spending 5 hours trying to figure out how to put PayPal button on my website. And I was like, notice, 5 hours trying to figure it out. And she asked the question, I did a screen share, showed her how to do it, and in 5 minutes, it was done.
Right. And Regina says, I've been wasting so much time doing that too.
Oh, girl, I'm a geek.
So many little things that we waste time on only because we don't know. We just don't know. And it's amazing when you can learn one little tip that gives you 5 minutes back or 15 minutes back. And that's what you get in Momentum. That's what you get when you say, hey, I don't know everything. I can't possibly get me over there by myself. So when you say that and you get it, oh my gosh, the things you grow and you learn will totally add more time back into your day so that you can do the things you love to do, the things you want to do, instead of spinning your wheels doing things that are taking forever. So I'm really excited that a few of you have already said, yes, I'm jumping in. Simone, awesome. I'm so glad that you said yes to yourself. Wendy, congratulations. I have both of you have said yes, and more are rolling in. This stuff is priceless. I look forward to working with you. Listen, my husband spends $220 a month on Starbucks.
What?
And we only know that because I recently looked at the bank account. You know how it refills automatically on your card? $200 a month. Think about what you're spending your money on. $199 so that you can have an easy life and achieve what you want and make the impact.
It turns out, Trish, that's $6.30 a day.
Yeah. So, that's all I got to say is that now is your time. I'm here because I'm selfish. I want to live in the world that you create. I want to live in the world of love, harmony, people getting what they want. I want to live in a world where we all feel good, and that's what all of you deliver. So I want you, because I'm selfish, to make the impact, because you are making a difference in the world every single day. And now let's magnify it. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it happen now. Thank you all so much for being with us this morning. Nancy Matthews, thank you once again for taking us through, for turning on the light bulbs. That whole thing about time management and where we spend our time, boy, hey.
I know.
It was great. It was really great.
My pleasure and my purpose and my privilege.
Charlene asked, may she share the invitation with a friend? Yes, yes, yes. Please, and so many of us have people in our lives that we care about and that we love who may not be connected to women's prosperity. So absolutely, when you see something good, don't you want to share it with other people? Totally. Do it, do it, do it. Hope you all have a great Hanukkah and a happy holiday. Nancy Matthews, I'll turn it over to you to close us out.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations for being with us, for being somebody committed to making a difference. I'm going to sign off. I kept you a little longer than anticipated. Work your plan, keep it together, and get that momentum. Let us help you do the heavy lifting that in the beginning can feel overwhelming, we're here to help you push that ball up the hill so that you can have smooth sailing all year long. Bye, everybody. Happy holidays, and we'll see you in Momentum Monday, 12/23 at 12 noon. We're going to dial in on your plans. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Nancy, before you click out, save the chat.
Okay.
You just go to the